Future news, brothers and sisters. Future news. Sulman Rahim here, Master of the Covenant. Break of 7 seals. Okay, brothers and sisters, this is an ongoing challenge. No one has stepped up yet. Take it. They block me, they call me names, send me nasty grams. But they don't step, they take this challenge. Because they can't. They're angry. I'm exposing their holy person. The one that craps in the bag they have to clean up. He's so holy that he don't have to go to the bathroom anymore. He's so holy, he don't have to go to the bathroom anymore. So holy he is. See? You don't have to walk anymore. He got a wheelchair. He's too holy to walk. See, he put him in a wheelchair, push him around. See? Anyway, let's move on, brothers and sisters. It speaks for itself. Now, what I'm going to do here, brothers and sisters, my original topic I'm not going to discuss. See, the thing is, the Quran, it talks about a lot of things, and as soon as they've had that Quran for, 1,500 years now, and they still understand it. And they have concepts in there. Over time, I've been revealing what those concepts mean, like when Abraham asked how to bring dead back to life. Now, some of these interpreters, they say, well, translators or whatever, or scholars or whatever over there, the ones Elijah Muhammad said wouldn't give 2 cents for, they think they reinterpret that means how you bring dead nation to life. That's not what the Quran says. And then they can't explain it, and that says so you look at the explanation, it's weird. How you bring a dead nation to life, well, 2 birds teach them to climb to you, and also, how does that bring a dead nation to life? So they don't understand what it means. Now I'll explain to you what it means, because they didn't have DNA back then. They didn't know about DNA. They didn't know about chromosomes. They didn't know about that kind of stuff back there. See? And that's why I gave it to them in that parable like that. But now that they have, then I explain to you what it means. You understand what it means. You understand? Because they have wrong interpretation of everything. They have interpretation by Adam. They think Adam is the whole human race. So angels something that beyond human. Yet it doesn't add up, because if the angel's extra special, extra human, and they're supposed to submit to us because we're supposed to be Adam. The last time you said angels submit to you, they probably submitted. They said they would. So you tell them to do something, they should do it, right? That's what submission is. So last time you told angels to do something, they submitted. Last time you see one, you have to see them to tell them what to do, right? See, that falls apart right there. That's what they say. That was the whole human race. You see? They say things like that. They don't know what the jinn are. They're the jinn, but they don't know what the jinn are. They don't know anything. Yeah, they had this book of 1,500 years, and they have no idea what it means itself. But yes, that's the final revelation. See? And this is another one. Their idea of heaven, they have a similar idea of heaven as the Christians have. When they die, some place they go to. That's beyond the earth, maybe beyond the moon and stars. See? And that place doesn't exist. And it's talking about something. It means it's something it's talking about, but it's not what they think. And that's what I was going to discuss. But I think I'm going to hold back on that one right now. Right? To get more information and a better way I can explain to you is a way that you can understand it. Right? Because there's no such a place as this heaven beyond the filling of the stars. Right? But you have things that you don't understand, like visions. You understand what a vision is? Now, if I had never had a vision, I might think this didn't exist. But I've had visions. I have visions about the future, and those things came true. So how could this brain see into the future accurately? See, Elijah Muhammad, he had that kind of misinterpreted, because he thought that how scientists wrote history, that they could see, their minds did it. And I forget how he explained it, like something went up and down the wall and whatever, I forget how that was. But see, he didn't know about computers at that time. There was no computers at the time when Master Muhammad showed up. They didn't know anybody what Master Muhammad might know because he probably have computers, he had access, I mean, he built the will. But Muhammad had no idea about any computers, you see. And so he had a whole different idea about how they wrote history, right? It was in their minds, and certain people had minds so powerful that they could see down and so forth, so on, right? And so he was wrong about that, you see. But people do have visions. I've had them, and accurate. And some have been fulfilled, some yet to be fulfilled. So how's that possible? What does that mean? See, as much about your brain as you don't know. And that's some things I'm trying to reveal to you over time. See, as much about your brain, you just don't know, like the ability to tune in. You have that ability, you just don't know. Because of energy deprivation, you don't have enough focus, enough concentration, right? Enough discipline to be able to do it. You think Master Muhammad walked around 6 to 8 hours a night reciting the Quran because it was just happy, it was just fun to do it? That was part of the discipline. See? Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about something else, brothers. I'm going to talk about what's happening right now. What's about to happen. Because unless if I'm wrong about this, I'm going away. Because I don't see I'm wrong about it. Because it's no coincidence that this is the time, that frame I talk about it. This is the time everybody's talking about it. Nobody was talking about like this a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So everything I'm talking about, people are even expecting it. And the time frame is everything is in the place for it to happen. But if you said 2 years ago, you said, well, yeah, man. Right now, everything, it's like the pie is really hot and you see bubbles and you know it's there. It's going to boil. Anyway, it's no coincidence. Everything, right? It's just, everybody sees it. It's just, So we know, and because the question was, how long does this war starts? And the further it gets into that period of time, that means the shorter the war is going to be. So maybe the war might last 2 or 3 days. But we know, right? We should know, based on what the engine tells us, that it's going to, it will occur within the next 60 days. Well, less than that, actually, now. So what you got? Well, if you go, well, it is 60 days. Because you see, it's about the 21st of October to 21st of November, that's 30 days, to 21st of December, that's midwinter. So yeah, so we go with that. I'm gonna talk about see what's this? Well, sisters, ooh. Man's heart's failing for fear those things coming upon the earth, because the powers of heaven be shaken. The question is, how would they know the powers of heaven be shaken if heaven's way beyond the sun, moon, and star? That's a question in itself. So that means heaven has to be something visible that they can see. See, when you ask yourself questions, stuff break down. But people never ask questions about these things. This is what the preachers say and the politician. And that's the thing is, the preachers and the politicians, they're going to be, ooh. They're going to be in very big trouble. Preachers and politicians, so-called leaders, especially preachers and politicians, they're going to be in big trouble in a couple more days. Preachers are going to be, right? Because they didn't give a challenge. The people going to blame them, but they weren't preaching like that. Because the preacher told them truth, they got rid of them. But that's how they're going to do. When you get in trouble, you don't care. You're going to blame everybody. They're going to blame them. And they're going to try to take their vengeance out on the preachers. And they're going to take preachers out on leaders, politicians, hey, man, you guys into this trouble. See, preacher, you didn't tell us about the trouble, and politicians, you want guys in that trouble. They're going to be, ooh. You're going to see some terrible things, brothers and sisters. So I'm going to go through a few things here in the scripture, right? And give you some idea of what you expect. Because it says, men's heart be felt. They're going to see something over there that's going to know what's coming here. So let's see some of the things. Let's look at some of the things that are going to happen here, right? We know it's going to happen here. because everything will be clear then, because the angel will be shining bright. The whole world will see it. And they'll see that's the truth, because all the stuff they've been talking about failed. See, because, one of the things they were saying is that this Antichrist was going to lead, the 10 horns was supposed to be in European countries. See, at one time the EU was 10 countries. So that's it. That's the Antichrist. They're going to come and they're going to make war, they're going to take over the world and everything else, right? And then it went to 11. So, oh, well, no. Then this thing about the bear took down 3, 10, they took down 3. So it's like, oh, yeah, okay, it's 3 could pop up, and then the other rest of you, you're going to take them back down. And all this stuff they was talking about. Remember this Van Impe guy? I think he's dead now. He was really popular. Van Impe or whatever his name was. He said, yeah, man, that's it. That fell apart, okay. And then you got these people saying, I was watching this one today, this Judge Johnson Nalapala or whatever, and they had a guy guest on there. What's that Colonel? Not a Colonel, the other guy's name. He was saying, man, no, excuse me. That's Rick. He was saying, if false Israel goes down, that's going to change the eschatology. What he's saying is, if false Israel goes down, that's the interpretation of the Bible is going to be totally messed up. That's what I've been saying. I should have played that. Maybe I will. He said, if false Israel goes down, it's going to change the eschatology. And he said, like in passing, right? Eschatology means the interpretation of the Bible. The Bible got to be reinterpreted. That's what I've been saying. But I don't know if he realized he was saying, because he's saying, by saying that, he said, that's the pillar this whole reality is based on. Eschatology means our religious understanding, our religious reality. He says, that fails. That's going to change. It's because the pillar of it. You see, most people ain't paying, but you're going to pay attention. You're going to be forced to pay attention. That's how much going to grab your attention. That the Quran says, he'll put a sign in heaven that will bend your necks. And you're about to get that sign, it's going to bend your necks. See? And so, the point is, what side is you going to be on? So let's go through these things, brothers and sisters. I've got some quotes, right? I will frustrate the planning of Judah and Jerusalem in this place. See? So it gives you a locality. And I will make them fall by the sword before the enemies, by the hand of those who seek their life. And I will make their and the carcass, and by the hand of those who seek their life, and I will make their carcass food for the birds of the sky. And I was like, who are you talking about? Who's controlling Jerusalem? See, I will frustrate the planning of Judah and Jerusalem. See, Judah, remember, that's a hint for Jews. That's where they got that. There's a slang for that. So trying to say the Jews in Jerusalem. Right? That's what we're talking about, right? But we know we're talking about Jerusalem, so we know who controls it, right? In this place, and I'll make them fall by a sword before their enemies. That means they're about to fall. This war, they're going to fall, right? And by the hand of those who seek their life. See? Who's seeking their life now? Hezbollah. Yeah. All the enemies around about this year. And I'll make their carcass food for the birds of the sky and animals of the earth. So they're going to be wiped out. They're going to be killed, right? And I will make them eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they will eat one another's flesh during the siege. Remember, they're going to be under siege. Now, they try to make that was us. We was never under siege. Africa was under siege. They try to say us somehow. See, that's still Bible stuff. But they say we're not Jerusalem, but yet still they say, when it comes to that, they say that's us. But wait a minute, you can make up your mind now. Because all the policies about Jerusalem being sinful and that kind of stuff, right? They say that's us. Why we got in slavery. But this first, you said we ain't Jew. We ain't, right? But they said we, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, that's Farrakhan stuff. They would eat the flesh of their son, the flesh of their daughter, and they would eat one another's flesh during the siege. They would eat their son's daughter, and then start eating each other. And the hardship which the enemies and those who seek their life will torment them. They're going to be in torment. I said, when they fall, it will be evil. That's why men's hearts will fall for fear. And those come because they're going to see that happen over there, and they're going to say, no, it's coming here. Because angels, Master Cutter telling them this guy's been teaching all the world, then it will come, right? And all the prophecies he been making is coming true. Because they can go back and look. Say, yeah, everything he said. So that's how they know that that's coming upon the earth. Because it'll be clear at that time. Because this truth will have blown away all the falsehood. So they won't be listening to old false stuff. Amongst all that stuff is wrong. They will listen to this. And if there's an internet, anything available, they're going to be looking at all of that. How do you think you're going to know that it's coming upon the earth? See? Let's look at another one. Listen, I don't know who this. I can't. These names give me bosses. But Rob shall said to them, "Has my master sent me only to your master, to you to speak these words? Has he not also sent me to the men who sit on the wall, doomed to eat their own dung and drink their own urine with you?" See, they can be eating their own dung, own shit, and drink their own urine. That's how bad it's going to get. That's how bad they were eating now. That's how bad it's going to get over there. And Suleiman, his light is the one that's lighting up the world. It's going to be light. It's going to be light for you if you pay attention, for our people. But it's be blinding to them. Be a blinding light to them, burning them. But it'd be uplifting, illuminating light for you. If you're in it, right? Eating their own dung and drinking their own urine. We'll get more into that in a minute. Further, you eat the flesh of your sons, eat the flesh of your daughters. I will destroy your high place and cut down your incense altar and piles your manes on manes of your idols, for my soul will loathe you. He be hated by God, hated by the God, by the high priest, be hated. And you will further eat the flesh of your son, you eat the flesh of your daughters. I will destroy your high places, cut down your incense and altars. Total destruction that's under siege. It's about to happen. It's going to happen suddenly. So when falsehood makes that move, that's the last move they're going to make. And for those among you who are left, I will also bring despair into their hearts in the land of their enemies, and the sound of a scattering leaf will chase them. See, in other words, there'll be so much fear in them that if a leaf ain't no anything, they'll rattle, they're scared. They make so much fear in them. He's going to put fear in their hearts. Their hearts will be locked into fear. That's it. Even a leaf, here they are. They're going to take off. Be so scared, so much fear is going to be put in them. There's hearts falling for fear. See? So much fear, they're going to have heart failure. That's what it's talking about here. And a loud sleep will chase them, and even when no one's pursuing, they will flee. And they think somebody might be after me. They're running as though from the sword, and they will fall. And then they will then stumble over each other as if running from the sword. They run over each other. They're so scared, although no one is pursuing. And you have no strength to stand for your enemies. See? Instead, you will perish among the nations. And remember, it's the nation they're talking about. Your enemy's land will, and your enemy's land will consume you. See? In other words, they're going to take, right? All the Palestinian, everything, they're going to take them back. They're going to just take all that land back and destroy them. So those of you who may be left will rot away because they've ruined the land of the enemies. See, in the land of the enemies, they're over in their land, they're the land of the enemies. Just say it to me, they're over in the land of the enemies. They're the only ones over in the land of the enemies. They shouldn't be there, right? You shouldn't be in the land of the enemies, should you? See, they're not their land. We're in the land of your enemies. That means you're in their land. See, and also because the wrongdoer, their forefathers, they try to tell you, oh, we can't bless what our fathers do. Ain't that what it said here? And also because of the wrongs of your forefathers, they will ride away with them. So you're being punished because what your forefathers did too. Because the wrongdoer, their forefathers, they punished what their forefathers did. I explain to you because I explain you how they don't own themselves anymore because everything their forefathers had, they stole. See, it's all here, brothers and sisters. Let's look at another one. Better off for those killed by the sword. So it's better off you if you're killed by a sword than those killed by hunger. Because it said, I'm going to break I talked yesterday, right? It says, I'm going to break the bread, right? So they're not going to have any food. That's one of the worst, that's one of the worst punishments from coming. They be cut off, no food. So that's what they're trying to do to people in the Palestinians in Gaza. Everything they did is going to reverse. It's going to backfire. They be cut off from food. See, that's one of the first punishments. They're going to lose it. They're under siege because Master Muhammad is be with Shia when they go. It says Michael and his angels. So their nuclear weapons be neutralized. They're going to be under siege. They're not being able to use them. They're powerless, right? And all the weapons, everything they get, they won't get anymore because America and Britain's kicked out, and that's where they was getting those weapons from. So now they totally vulnerable. And the Palestinians ain't going to, but first of all, they're not going to come in and tear them over. Once they're vulnerable, they're locked in sea, they're going to sit there and watch them. Watch them start. That's the part of the punishment. Because they're just going to kill them. They said, no, it's better than stop. Why the ship stop? The whole world will see it. See, that's why I said men's hearts filled with fear. Those things come upon the earth because they're going to be watching this in real time. See? The Palestinians ain't going to let them just kill it because it's better be killed by a sword. If they're just killed by a sword, you say, oh, yeah, we're going to go fight the ground fighting. They're going to starve you. See? They're going to starve you to death. See? So better off those killed by sword than those killed by hunger, for they waste away, stricken by lack of proofs of food. The hand of a compassionate woman, hands of the compassionate woman, oh, the daily compassionate woman, right? Boils her own children. Be born, that's what they're going to see over there. In real time, they got some drones flying around, cameras. They're going to see all of this. They became food for them due to the destruction of the daughter of my people. See? Because that's part of their punishment for what they did to us. Remember, the gold, the brass brand, when you understand Daniel, they claim, oh, they had no parts of it. It tells you that they just as guilty as the iron was. It was a band of brass and a band of iron that had that tree bound. See, but they said, oh man, we had to do no. Just as guilty as they were. See? They became food for them due to the destruction of the daughter of my people. See, in other words, right? They ate our children. They fed them gators and everything else. See? The Lord has spanned his wrath. He poured out his fierce anger. He has kindled a fire down, and it has consumed its foundations. Let's move on to the next one. We're going to witness in a few days, brothers and sisters. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, but you're going to be in a few days. We're going to talk about it in past tense in a minute. This is what the Lord God says. This is Jerusalem. Again, what are you talking? Place her in the center of the nations. Right? Right there. Center of Arabia. All the nations surround them. Everybody's involved. Russia's involved, China's involved, America, right? The land in the center of the nation, they ain't us, right? Which lands surround her. See, she's surrounded. See? But she has rebelled against my words more wickedly than the nations, and against my statutes more than lands which surround her. But they have rejected my orders, and they have not walked my statutes. Therefore, this is what the Lord said. Oh, you have more turmoil than the nations. Right? Because more trouble than the nations that surround you have not walked in my statutes, nor executed my ordinances, nor acted in accordance with the ordinances of the nation around you. Therefore, this is what in other words, you don't even obey the laws around, the nation around you, against them, right? Whatever. Therefore, this is what the Lord God said, oh, I am against you. I will execute judgment amongst you in the sight of the nation. In other words, that's the whole nation going to see this. That's what I said. It's going to be in the sight of the nations. So Americans going to see it and know all nations going to see what's going on here. It's going to be broadcasted across all the world. It says, I will execute judgment in sight of the nations. And because of all your abominations, right, I will do among you what I have not done. And the like of which I will never do again. You got that one? Unprecedented. This will happen to a time of unprecedented trouble. See? Once you start putting these things together, you see it. You know when it's going to happen. They try to say it happened in the past. That happened to us who was born into slavery. No. It says, I will do amongst you what I have not done, something I have never done before, and like which I will never do again, unprecedented. See? Unprecedented. See? This is during the time of unprecedented trouble that we bringing about. Remember, because their punishment just beginning here, so they're going to keep continuing happening. But this is during a time of unprecedented trouble, during a time of tribulation. That's how you know that. That's why you got to put these things, keep these things in context, because they will continue. They will go to hell. It means they're going to have, this is not unprecedented for them. I mean, it's unprecedented now, but it will continue to happen. So it's referring to the time period that we're in tribulation is now in tribulation period. That gives you the timing. So I know, this happened in the past. It's going to happen. They try to make things happen in the past. It's going to happen. It's about to happen. What I would do that I have not done, and like which I will never do again. Unprecedented means the only time it happens says during tribulation, during that period of time. So it will never happen again. Therefore, fathers will eat their sons amongst you, and sons eat their fathers. I will execute judgment on you and scatter all your remnants to every wind. Therefore, as I live, declare the Lord God, because you have defiled my sanctuary. Remember? Sanctuary is polluted, foul, defiled. That gets back to what Johnny was saying. Right? And with all your detestable idols and with your abominations. See the little hints there? Abomination, desolation, when the sanctuary was polluted. I definitely will also withdraw, and my eye will have no pity. I also not spare. A third of you would die by plague or perish by famine. Among you, a third will fall by a sword around you, and a third scattered every wind. I will sheath a sword behind them. So you'll be totally destroyed. And then my anger I will spend, I will side my wrath on them, and I will appease, and they will know that I, well, I'm going to say, wait a minute. Okay, when I send against them the deadly hours of famine, which for destruction for those whom I have sent destruction, I have sent to destroy you, I also intensify famine upon you and break off your provision of bread. See, it's going to be a severe famine. Severe like you've never seen before. I will send on you famine and vicious animals. They will bereave you of your children. Plague and blood shall also pass through you. I will bring the sword on you. I, the Lord, has spoken. This is where they're trying to bring up gossip, and it's going to backfire. And I will besiege you in all your towns to your high and fortified walls, which you are trust. Remember, they got this big wall around Jerusalem. And remember, we return home to a place without walls. Say, sure, it's not them, because they got walls around them. And I'll besiege you in all your towns. Remember, they're going to be on the siege until your high and fortified walls. There ain't no walls around Iran. There's no walls around Jordan. There's no wall around Egypt. There's a walls around Falls Israel, though. Right? And fortify your walls. You trust to come. They trust those walls to keep their not everything, right? Come down through your, and what you trust come down throughout your land. They're going to tear those walls down. And besiege in all your towns throughout your land, which Lord, you're giving you. We're totally under siege. Then you eat the offspring of your own body. Right? The flesh of your son, your daughter, whom the Lord your God has given you during the siege and the hardship which your enemy will oppress you. There will be no mercy, because they will give no mercy to what you say, burning people alive and everything else. What they do is coming back to them in real time. SD, HD. The man who is refined and very delicate among you be hostile towards his brother, towards the wife he perishes, towards the rest of his family who are left. They be even against each other. Okay, so that he will not give even one of them any of the flesh of the children which he will eat. See, it said we got women do that too, right? But he says he gonna be eating his children, and he ain't gonna make sure he ain't gonna get none of them. He gonna be hostile. He ain't gonna get none to his wife. He ain't get none to his friend. Nobody. Right? He gonna eat them, and right. And in some cases, eat them raw because they had it undercooked. Anything else, right? It says, then a man who is fine and very delicate among you be hostile towards his brother, towards his wife he cherishes, to the rest of his children who are left. In other words, so his wife, his brother, and the rest of the children, he gonna eat one of the children, and he ain't gonna let them have none of it. And so that he will not even give even one of them any of the flesh of the child which he will eat. It says there's nothing else left. During the siege, remember, we see Jerusalem armies, its destruction is near. That's the siege. See, and the hardship which your enemy will oppress you in all your towns. And refined, delicate woman among you who would not venture to set the foes of foot on the ground because her delicateness and tenderness were hostile towards her husband. She has and toward her son and daughter, and toward her afterbirth that comes from Tribulation, and toward her children to whom she gives birth, because she will eat them secretly for lack of anything else. See, she was doing the same thing. She doing a siege and hardship which your enemy will press you in all your towns. That's mean the pregnant woman giving birth, she will do it secretly, and she will be hostile. She ain't gonna give none of them none. She gonna eat it herself. I ain't giving you none of this. Come on, mom, no, man. Hey, honey, no. I mean, this myself. That's what, and it's gonna be published. All the nations gonna see this. America know this. It's gonna come on them. That's why they're gonna be feeling the fear that I told you about. And plus, they devour what is on the right hand, but are still hungry. Look at this carefully. This is desperate. He was on the left hand, but they are not satisfied. Each the flesh of his own arm. He's eating his own arm. He's eating his own arm. Now, how desperate can you be? You ate your children, you ate your wife, everybody else. You got us now. You're eating your own arm, and still hungry. That's why man's hard to full of fear, because they know it's coming here. So they're gonna see the siege. See, they already tried to attack. They already attacked us, and we don't come together as an army, so we can defend against them. And they starving. They eat each other. See, because first, like I said, during the siege, they're gonna be, because they know it's not, he hadn't come in yet. They're gonna witness it, and they know it's coming here. They already failed in getting rid of us. And that's about to come here because the communists could collapse. They know the food is running out. They ain't getting no more food. But you will have food. It says if you put part of the Nation of Islam that National consists of, right? But woe to all those that got their heads of Farrakhan's, yes. Claiming Farrakhan, those claiming Elijah, but wasn't seeking the message of the covenant. Oof. What are they going to do? You know what they're going to be? They're going to be devil shit. Right? They're going to be in the menu. Oh, you love them so much? Okay, you got them. Each of them eats the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh devoured Ephraim, and altogether they are against Judah. In spite of all this, his anger does not turn away. His hand is still stretched out. Now it came after this that Ben-Hadad, the king of, okay, we read down here the red part. There's this woman said to me, give me your son. She's complaining to the king. So they tell me, this is widespread. Because this is like, she's going to court, right? So that way, this is like a normal thing, right? This woman said to me, give me your son so I may eat him today, and we'll eat my son tomorrow. So we cooked my son and ate him. And I said to her on the next day, give me your son so that we may eat him. But she has hidden her son. And when the king heard the woman's words, he tore his clothes. What they're telling you here is, this is going to be commonplace. Commonplace. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. I'll keep it short. I'm not going to talk about anything else here, brothers and sisters. I'll mention this and I'll close. Anything else here? Okay, previous. Here, another note here. Let me check this note before I close out, brothers and sisters. Okay. Oops, I know it was that late. See if I covered everything I was talking about. Okay. I'm not going to detail, brothers and sisters, but all these things are happening around you. They happen for a reason. They keep saying, well, why are they bringing people across the board? It don't make any sense. Why are they supporting falses? It don't make any sense. You know, why are you doing these things? All these different things going on. Why are that thing going over you? So don't make why America do this thing. Because you don't understand. It's like a puzzle piece all over the place. And somebody putting it together for you. To make it clear so you know who Farrakhan is. Because you didn't know before, you know who Farrakhan was. And it's clear. I mean, how in the hell could, if you believe anything like Muhammad told Farrakhan should be persona non grata. The man's a devil. It's all the devil, period. That's the end of case closed. When he exposed himself on that, I mean, he must feel very confident to tell everybody it's all the devil. Because he must figure he eat my crap so much, man. They like it that much. I'm pretty sure I told them this ain't gonna bother them. Apparently it didn't. Right? So the point is they got to get rid of you. They don't need you anymore. So they either get rid of you or transform you into a robot. You already got your Negro butt. I'm not going any more into that, brothers and sisters. That's why I bring people across the border. You need a transition team. You see? That's why I press false Israel, because they got to keep their mind locked down into sealed Bible. All these different things. And those that pay attention, if they are paying attention, they connect the dots. Right now, they're all in front of you like a dog. You guys telling the dog, I'm going to take you to the vet. I'm going to put you to sleep. And he got the dog put in the car, dog in the car. Dog wagging his tail, and all the stuff he does and licking on him. Dog's so happy. He driving, dog, why? Right? He goes to the vet, and he's so happy, jumping around, right? He finds himself in a cage and going to see, too damn late now. You know, the false Israel, back in Hitler, that's how he did that. You think they told people they was putting them in those guests? No. They had the rabbis. See, this is what I'll tell you. They went to the rabbis, told the rabbis, look, either you go along with us, or we're going to put you in the gas chambers. So you don't tell people, because people just went. So they put them on trains. They said, okay. They said, well, we're going to move you out of Germany. We're going to move you to a safe place, a nice place where we're going to put you at while there's a war going on, right? And y'all be together. And they had the rabbis tell them, so they believe the rabbis. So they got these preachers telling you all these lies. And they got Farrakhan telling these lies to set you up. And so the rabbis, they did it. So people got on the trains. And it's been something strange, because once they got on trains, man, there wasn't no accommodation, and they were just locked in there. And you had to do your business every day on top of everybody else. Right? You was locked in, you couldn't open the door until you got to your destination. See? And then when you got a destination to open the door, okay, you was a concentration camp. And even there, the people that's already in there had people, workers in there. False Jew workers. I mean, I saw false Jew workers, right? And they told them, don't you tell these people about these furnaces, or you're going to put you in the furnace. They end there with their prison uniforms or whatever on. They make it tell, come on, man, so everything's cool. He got a room and all that stuff. So they went docile in there. They said, no, man, no food's coming in. No, not first. Not first, right? That's first. The first group that come in, right? See, as they got so many, it took a while. But when they first came in, right, they would tell them, okay, now we want you all to go. And they would take them in rooms. They say, okay, we got to clean you up and everything, right? So they might get a disease and everything. And they would cut their hair off, and they was using their hair for weaving stuff, right? And they was taking the gold out of their teeth. And nobody was still doing anything. Because their own people was telling them, hey, man, it's cool, man. We doing this to make sure, for your good. See? And then after all this, now we want to go in there, and everybody take a shower. And still. And the men and women and children all together, all the naked going, and nobody still thought anything was wrong. Because their own people was telling them, it's so cool, let's go worry about it. Until the door shut. Boom, big old door shut. And then the gas started coming, then everybody realized it was too damn late then. See? You better learn from that story. See? That's why they had to fight. Because they led them all the way up to their own people. The rabbis get them on the trains, their own people prepare them to get to the chambers. And nobody told them anything. And they trust their own people. They trust their own people. Until it's too damn late. See? And right now you trusting people, ain't even your own people. These demons, fire kinds of people. He says, Father, the devil. Get past that one. Kamala, she ain't one of you. You saw these people, and they lead you right into the trap. And I'm calling you. I'm gonna get most of you, but a lot of you gonna be. Some of my people might be lost. I said no. My people are lost, but a lot of them gonna be lost. Because you ain't gonna flee in time, or you ain't gonna flee at all. Because you say, hey man, they wouldn't do that to me. I'm leaving there, brothers and sisters. I'll leave it there. Hold on. Excuse me. White, brown, that's your transition team, brothers and sisters. You gotta have a transition team. Right? Well, they get rid of you. And install those computers. I don't need you anymore. It's going to tell you that. Okay. Future news out. Swim out.